Welcome, everybody. We are so excited to be unveiling PitBullTax software version 3.0 today. We are absolutely blown away by the amount of our licensees and future licensees who are attending. So thank you, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed. I am Jamie Buchwald, Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of PitBullTax. On behalf of myself and partner Chief Technology Officer Jose Alfaro, we are truly honored by your loyalty, awesome product suggestions, and your support in continuing to make PitBullTax the leading and most trusted IRS resolution software available for attorneys, certified public accountants, and enrolled agents. With version 3.0, we have closed the loop, so to say, in the automation and total integration of IRS tax resolution, with the creation of IRS transcript delivery, analysis, and reporting. Now the entire process is seamless. Absolutely incredible. But we didn't stop there. We have added so many new and amazing, never-before-seen features and options that it could only be described as PitBullTax on steroids. We are faster, we are smarter, and we are even more powerful. To accomplish this, Jose and his technical team completely redesigned the platform to increase the speed, capability, and security for these new version 3.0 features and future enhancements already on the drawing board. I am proud to say our security is at the highest level of any financial institution today. All the details of this will be put on the website in the coming weeks for your review. Version 3.0 will be available by the end of this month, and you will be notified by email of the exact launch date. All current licensees will automatically have version 3.0 on release date, and you will have the first opportunity to invest in all the new add-on modules as soon as they are released this month. It has always been our goal from day one to increase your efficiency, allow you to work smarter, and of course, make more money. Version 3.0 completely raises the bar on this goal again. Today, I am honored to introduce Irina Bobrova, Enrolled Agent and Chief Operating Officer, as a presenter of this webinar. Along with myself, Robert Sampson III, Director of Customer Service, and Luis Rivera, Sales Executive, we will be monitoring. Please type your questions in the chat area, and we will answer as many as possible, and also assemble the most frequently asked questions to be addressed at the end of today's presentation. As always, this webinar is being recorded and will be made available for you to review again. So, thank you for being here, and now it is my distinct honor and pleasure to hand this presentation over to Irina Bobrova. Irina, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Jamie. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for being here. I understand we are 5 days away from the corporate filing deadline and appreciate you found the time in your busy schedules for our presentation. We are very excited here to unveil PitBullTax software version 3.0, the faster, smarter, and more powerful version we ever released. And I'd like to thank all our licensees for continuous support and believing in us during all these years. We did listen to all your feedback, and combined with our own ideas and improvements, that's how this new version was born. Okay, without any further ado, let me remove the curtains and reveal PitBullTax software version 3.0. And this is a new phase of PitBullTax software. I can assure you that not a single stone was unturned during development of this version. And by stones, I mean all IRS forms, tools, and add-ons of the application. So let me go step by step and reveal all the new features. First of all, we improved the navigation inside the software so that you can access anything with just a single click. In the blue menu bar, you will see familiar menu items like clients, where you can access your clients list, all the letters that you can create in the software, and we have customized letters for you. So now you will have ability to change engagement letter, change credit card authorization forms, document requests as you see fit. So it's all up to you. You have been requesting it for many years and we finally did it. So all letters will be customizable. Email, you can send emails and view your sent items. So as all our licensees already know, you can send correspondence, IRS forms to your client directly from PitBullTax software application. And files that are sent that have sensitive data like social security numbers of the clients, they're password protected. We have made a lot of changes to our document repository, and you can see it under files. I'll go over a little bit in detail later. We have changed the CRM significantly, and right now it will be called case management. So you will have all familiar features and also the time tracking, the long-awaited feature that was requested by our law firm customers. Under billing, you will be able to generate all your invoices, create reports, and manage your transactions. And as I said, a lot of the new features comes with customizing. So you will be able to add your own activity types, change your billing settings, change your case tracking statuses, and so on and so forth. In the gray menu bar, you will always see the active client that you're currently working with and the phone number of that client so you can quickly contact if needed. The checkbox icon is for step-by-step workflow that you see on the home page as soon as you log in. And this is one of the new features, and I will explain it a little bit later. The pencil icon is for client profile, so you can quickly edit current client. The icon to add a new client, so you can add individual or business client from here. The print icon, so directly you can print any form or letter that you need at this time. And the clock icon is for the time tracking. We also added navigation arrows. So if you don't remember where you were on the previous page, you can use arrows back and forth to quickly find where you were exactly. It's very useful when you're researching in the Internal Revenue Manual, which is part of the software. Now let me explain the left menu bar. On the left, you will always see your individual clients, and just clicking once will open the list of all your clients. You can quickly search for any client. For example, if you have hundreds of clients in the software, you can just start typing name or address or phone number, whatever information you remember from client profile, and it will be found right away. Same for businesses. You can search for your business clients, and as soon as you select a new client that when you want to change from the current active client to a different one, these menus will be collapsed, so it doesn't take space on your working area. The next section is tools. So all our tools and some add-ons will be located in this section. So familiar tool, client questionnaire that we introduced in version 2.0 last year. The case diagnostics, it's the new name of our PW2 tool, PitBullTax Workflow Wizard. Resolution evaluation, it's revamped PE2 PitBullTax Express evaluation. The new add-on that we are introducing today is IRS transcript delivery. Then we also changed a lot the fee calculator. Now you will be able to customize fees, the thing that you were asking for many years. So now you can, and you can even include your proposed fees. So I'll show you, if we have time, the fee calculator. Scenario simulator. After our webinar, I would say seminar in Orlando this January, when we did a presentation on how to create different scenarios, we received a lot of requests from our customers to include a comparison chart of all scenarios. So now in version 3.0, you got it. You can create as many scenarios as you want, and you will see comparison chart. How do each scenario compare to each other? Of course, we kept the internal revenue manual, and with new navigation arrows, you can easily find the information that you need. And all the IRS publications, that's a feature that we had before, so you can easily browse all the publications on the collection subjects. The next section is forms in use. Every single client will have different selection of forms. These are forms that you are currently working with. And we spent a lot of time redesigning and improving the data entry of all IRS forms to ease your life and to make it very user-friendly. So if you remember from version 2.0, for client questionnaire, we had little arrows in red circles. We have indicated how many errors you have on any particular page. So now for all IRS forms, you have the same feature. For example, if I click on form 656, I will see on which page I have the error. And clicking on that page will tell me exactly. The field will be highlighted with red color. So you know that that is mandatory field that you need to complete. What does it mean? That means that right now in the data entry, you can have the data field what you have on hand. For example, if your client didn't provide you with latest bank account balance, but it is a mandatory field in the previous version, now you can leave it out until later, and the software will tell you that there is still an error and you can come back to it later. I'm very excited about the improvements that we did for collection information statements, and that was ongoing request for all these years. And now I can finally reveal to all of you that we synchronized forms 433A and 433F. So it was a big deal, and for those, well, all of you work with tax resolution cases, you know how time-consuming it is to prepare a collection information statement. And if you start with offering compromise and for some reason it doesn't work out later, you have to file 433F if you're working with ACS. And before, the data didn't flow from A to F, and now it is. No matter how you start, whether you start entering the data on 433A or on 433F, the data will be synchronized. And we did a lot of improvements to the data entry of the 433A. For example, on the employment information section, now you can enter all the taxes withheld from each pay period. Just take the last pay stub from your client, enter the taxes, and when you go to monthly living expenses, this will be automatically calculated based on the pay period for your client, so you don't have to calculate it yourself. I am in particular very excited about the feature on personal vehicles. For example, if you have more than 2 vehicles and the household has a taxpayer and the spouse, now you can change the position of vehicles. It doesn't matter in which order you are entering the vehicles. You can always drag and drop. So for me, it's very exciting. I'm sure it is for you as well. We have included a lot of tips and hints. For example, we had many questions in previous versions how to access the wages. So whenever you see the text with a blue vertical line, that is explanation where the data comes from. So you will see on many pages how it works. For all the forms that are available in PitBullTax, right now you can create multiple copies. So on top of all data entry screens, you will see a copy tab. So you can create as many 433As as you want to. And it's not only 433A, but it applies to every single form. And on each form, there is a heading, so you can enter your heading if you are sending via certified mail or if you want to make any other message, and you can print it on every page of the form or only on the first page. Then in the left menu, we have other forms that are not used by this client, but you can easily select it. And as soon as you enter any piece of information in that form, it will be moved to forms in use. Okay, let me get back to the home page, and you can easily do it by clicking on this checkbox icon, or you can click on the software logo. Also on the home page, you can see a calendar, which we did on purpose. And the cool feature is that you can undock it and you can move it to any screen. For example, if you have 2 monitors, you see I have 2 monitors, you can move it to a monitor and it will be open for you so you can monitor all your calendar events for today. And when you just close it, it will go back to its own place. Same thing for to-do items. You can undock your to-dos and move it to a second monitor or any other place. If you have a wide enough screen or monitor, it can stay open. And same thing. So now let me go over the new feature, step-by-step workflow. For many years, we had calls from different people and from practitioners asking us how to work the cases. We are new to this tax resolution business. We don't know how to work the case. Please help us. And now we have introduced the step-by-step workflow. So you can go step by step and click on these start buttons, and you will be able to create your client, send questionnaire, file power of attorney or tax information authorization, get IRS transcripts, diagnose a case, evaluate resolution options, select settlement option, and based on this selection, all steps under it will change as well. For example, I chose here offering compromised doubt as to collectability. So I will see that step 11 starts with completion of forms 433A OIC and 433B OIC if applicable. It also has steps on how to compile supporting documentation, so you can see what goes into it, and even how to submit a case. And this is very detailed, so it will tell you exactly what you need to send to the IRS, how to write the checks, how you can designate the payments, and we even provided reference to revenue rulings here. It's our recommendation here. How to send checks, where to mail the forms based on your client's residence and stuff like that. So this is very cool. So now I don't want to take any more of your excitement, and I'm going to go over the new add-on, IRS Transcript Delivery and Reporting. It is located under the Tools section, and if I click on here, I will have my IRS transcripts page open. And the first page is Request Transcripts. But before we can request transcripts, we need to set up your e-service credentials. And e-services, of course, all of you in this business, you use e-services to request, to get transcripts in order to know how much, what's liability, and all the good stuff, all the wage income transcripts to prepare returns and so on and so forth. So before you do that, you will need to click here to set up credentials. And how it works. We created PitBullTax connector. This is a small executable file that you need to download on your PC or Mac for that matter. So without this little file that resides on your computer, the connection will not work. So what it is, it's a small file where you enter your e-services credentials, your username, your password, and your CAF. That means that all this information will reside only on your PC. It will never be available in PitBullTax databases. So if you enter it here, you always can change, update your password if you changed your e-services password, and it's done on your computer. You only need to download it once to use it on the same PC. But for example, if you decided to work at home and you need to download the connector on that machine as well. So only once, and then you will be able to request transcripts. So now let me get back to the request transcript page. You can request transcripts for both individual and business clients. And whatever client you're working with will be automatically selected. However, you can change your selection and choose another client. We made it easier, for example, for taxpayers who have spouses. You can easily check different radio button and request, let's say, wage and income transcript for a spouse. On the Quick Select section, you can select the periods that you need to request. If you use consecutive periods, we recommend you to use Quick Select section. For example, if you type 2005 through 2013, and I want just account transcripts, so I can add my request. When I add my request, it will automatically appear at the bottom in this register. So I know that I requested transcripts for John Smith for this particular periods. And under more options, you can select non-consecutive periods. For example, if you want 2013, 10, 8, and so on and so forth. So you can do any selection that you want to. So once you made your selections, you can add another request for a different client. So it doesn't have to be for only one client at a time. So as many requests that you added in this table below, that you can get transcripts at one time. So once you added your requests, you can click Get Transcripts, and the software will automatically utilize your PitBullTax connector that is residing on your PC and connect to IRS e-services. You can CAF your check instead. For example, if you just signed your client today and and you filed power of attorney, you faxed it to the CAF unit, you are not sure when the power of attorney will be registered. So instead of checking every single day, and I know it's burdensome to log into e-services every day and see if the power of attorney registered or not. So instead of doing this, you can schedule a CAF check. For example, if I filed it today, I can schedule it for the next 10 days. So every day the software will automatically check for you. The requests usually the one you schedule, they're done at night, not to disrupt any work of anybody. And if you turn off your computer for the night, as soon as you turn it on, the request will go back to the IRS. Again, the request working only when your computer is on because it is using the PitBullTax connector. So once you click Get Transcripts, you can continue working with the system, and you will see a message that it may take several minutes. Usually it takes about 5-10 minutes max to receive a response from the IRS, and you review your transcripts. So once you do receive transcripts, you will see a notification in the lower right corner. For example, where you see you have new items assigned, there will be notification that IRS transcripts are available. So what you do next, you just go to View Transcripts page. I hope I clicked it. Okay, give me a second, some connection issue. Okay, when you click on View Transcripts, all you need to do is to click Download Requested Transcripts. And once you do that, you will see a list of all your transcripts that you requested. And you can view it as PDF. It will be the same format as you download from your e-services. Besides viewing the transcripts on this page, they will be automatically synchronized under your files management folder for the client. So whenever you have new transcripts, you don't have to automatically save them. They will be moved by the software for you. So you can view transcripts, and the main thing that the add-on does is when we receive transcripts from the IRS, we parse the data from all account transcripts received for that particular client, and we generate reports on the fly. So the next step will be to view reports. And I cleared out all my view reports because it's sensitive information and we are presenting live. So sometime next week you all will receive a video presentation on how to request transcripts, and there we will black out real data so that you can see the process exactly. So now I'm going to show you how the transcript reports will look like. You can have a cover page for the transcript reports package, and you can customize it with your own logo. So I blacked out the names of the person that we requested the transcript for. So the first report is tax liability report. It will show the current tax due, what tax was assessed for each period, failure to file penalties, failure to pay penalties, any other penalties, accrued interest, total tax liability, and all the payments, credits, write-offs, or withholdings that occurred for that particular year. And of course, the refunds. So this is very concise view of the tax liability. So usually I provide it to my clients, and it takes some time to create a report in Excel. Here, you don't have to do nothing. It's all prepared for you. Okay, for the compliance report, let me show you. Okay, the next report is a compliance report. In this report, you will see if your client filed tax returns, and if yes, what was the filing date, the filing status. If they are in the collection, active collection right now, you can see that, for example, this particular is active since December 24, 2012. If there was a lien filed on the account, you will see yes, no, right here. If the client is currently in examination or audit proceedings, you will see message on the audit. Installment agreement, whether it's active or terminated, and the date when it happened. The offer in compromise, for example, for this one, it was accepted on 6/13/2014. And any other bankruptcy or other legal actions. These are CDP hearings and bankruptcy proceedings. So you will see yes or no, or whether they're removed and on what date. The next report is estimated CSAT. And estimated CSAT is something that you were asking us forever. How to calculate it, we don't know. Please explain to us. We want to know exactly when my client will be off the hook. So now in this report, you got it. The estimated CSAT report shows the periods, the assessment event and the code for it, the amount of the assessment, the date of the assessment, and then it will displays the tolling events. The statute stops running during these tolling events, and you will see the start event, the code, offer in compromise received, the start date of the tolling event, and the end date and end event of the tolling event. Then the software automatically will calculate for you number of tolling days, including additional days. For example, for offer in compromise, when it's rejected, it's additional 30 days. For CDP hearing, it's additional 30 days. For bankruptcy proceeding, it can be 180 days and stuff like that. And then we calculate the estimated CSAT. So how cool is that? So these estimated CSATs will flow back to the software and will show up on your resolution evaluation reports and will enable you to determine whether your client is really eligible for offer in compromise, because CSAT is very important when you make a decision whether offer in compromise will be a good option for that client. The next report is first-time penalty abatement eligibility. And this is something that can be producing additional revenue for you. I'm sure you are all enrolled practitioners and you're familiar with Circular 230. So Circular 230 paragraph 10.27b3 states, a practitioner may charge a contingent fee for services rendered in connection with a claim for credit or refund filed solely in connection with the determination of statutory interest or penalties assessed by the Internal Revenue Service. And in other words, it means that you can charge contingency fee for penalty abatement. And this report will tell you whether your client is eligible or not. For example, for this particular client on 2011, we can see that yes, we can potentially abate $107.24. Well, this amount is very small and probably nobody will do anything about it, but sometimes amounts are staggering. And all you need to do after you get this report is just dial practitioner priority line, spend 1 or 2 hours on the phone, and the penalties are abated. And you can do it on the phone easily and charge percentage of what you are abating. Everybody can determine their own percentage. It depends on your practice principles or your pricing structure. So you decide what you want to charge. And I did it myself on the phone. Up to 10,000, you can easily do it over the phone. Maybe when amounts are little over than 10,000, then you need to call in. But if you have several periods that have, let's say, less than 10,000 in penalties, you can call and say, okay, I want to abate penalties on this year separately, then on this year and this year. And sometimes the sisters of the practitioner priority line, they can help you with that. It depends who you talk to. But if they are not trying to help you, then you can just hang up and dial again. This is a package of reports for individual clients. We also have a civil penalty report and civil penalty CSAT calculation report. So for these clients, I didn't have civil penalties, but if you do and you request civil penalty transcript, you will get those reports too. Business clients will get similar reports, and there will be tax liability report, compliance, estimated CSAT, payroll reports for 941s and 940s, FTA eligibility, first-time penalty abatement eligibility, and civil penalty report. So this is how IRS transcript delivery works. And I hope you're excited as well as I'm excited about it, because it can save you time, first of all, pulling the transcripts, and second of all, generating all these reports that you can easily send from the software to your client. And let me show you the files repository. For example, our document management or files repository has been improved significantly. So now you can upload files not to exceed 5 megabytes. So we increased the size limit from 3 megabytes per file to 5 megabytes per file. And for those who wants to load even larger files, we introduce new premium document management add-on. So those who have that add-on will be able to add files between 5 and 20 megabytes. So this is one of the improvements. When you upload file, you can upload it in different formats. So we added picture formats like JPG, PNG, and TIFF because a lot of time clients just sign the document, make a picture on their phone, and send it to you. So for those, you will be able to upload their files directly to PitBullTax. And you can even drag and drop multiple files into here. So it's very easy upload. Then you can export files. So if you select certain files, you can export them all together. So for example, if you want to create a copy of all the files on your own machine, you can easily do it. You can create folders, and this will help you to organize your client's documents. And again, every single client will have their own folder. When you go to files, for example, these are files only for John Smith. Okay, the next thing that I want to show you is our resolution evaluation. And this is for my PE2. And those of you who used software before, you know that PE2 allows you to evaluate eligibility for offering compromise. So with version 3.0, we went even further. Now you are able to see results for 3 different resolutions: for offering compromise, installment agreement, and currently non-collectible status. And it's all done to you in one easy view, so you can see right from the first glance that this client is not eligible for an offering compromise, but his installment agreement will cost him this much per month over 72 months, and he is definitely not eligible for CNC. So if you used transcript delivery add-on and you downloaded transcripts from eServices, the CSATs will automatically be populated here. So, for example, if you have multiple periods, the software will choose the latest CSAT, but you can always override it right here. So this is one of the features that we introduced in this version. And when you enter the assets, for example, for resolution evaluation, you will see the last two columns, not only OIC asset value that you have right now, if you have a license, but also installment agreement and CNC asset value. So it gives you a lot of new information to digest and analyze. So you can prepare different options for your client and see what they are ready to go with. Scenario simulator. As I said, we created a comparison chart. So now you will be able to compare whether your client is he's going to pay or she's going to pay on installment agreement or offering compromise, and you can create as many scenarios as you want. And you can work with particular scenario, make any changes that you want, and in the comparison chart later on, you will be able to view changes. So what is different for this particular scenario? So it gives you instructions how to use this add-on. So you can make your changes on 433A or on 433F, and then come here and compare the scenarios. Fee calculator. So our PF3, PitBullTax fast fixed fee calculator. See, I cannot even say that. So now it's much easier. I can say fee calculator. As I said, now you can customize it. And how cool is that? So you see not only minimum and ideal columns that you're probably very familiar with, but you also see proposed fee. This is a fee that you can set up in your own practice or firm. And whenever you send your client the results, you can choose what do you want to include in those. Do you want to compare all three, or you just want to proposed fee? Or you can just minimum fee and proposed fee. So whatever works to your advantage to negotiate the better deal, you can do it. And for customizing fees, you will go under settings and enter your own fee structure. You can always revert back to PitBullTax default price sheet, but you can also enter your own. So this is our new fee calculator. Okay. Let me change back to my client here, John Smith, without any scenarios. Now, the new feature under case management or previous CRM AR, time tracking. Long awaited by our law firm clientele, because usually law firms, they charge by the hour. So for them, time tracking is very important. So this is how you access time tracking. You can access it from any page of the software. Just on the gray menu bar, click on the clock icon, and it will open the time tracking feature. So whenever you're calling the IRS or you having conference with a client, you can start your clock and bill the client by the hour. So you can enter whatever message you are working on right now, select any client that you are working, or it can be non-client related. Select a task for that client or case, and you can select whether it's billable or not. If it's a green $sign, it will be billable. If it's not, it's not. So whenever it's billable and you stop the clock, these unbilled items will automatically show on your invoice. And under settings for time tracking, we have provided a rounding feature. So you can use time tracking in real time, or you can round it off to the next 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10, 15, 20, and so on and so forth. So for those law firms that round to the next 10 minutes, you can do that, or next 15 and stuff like that. So everything is customizable. to close it off, just click again on the clock icon. And whenever you work with a timer, when you stop the clock, it will automatically collapse, so you won't see it again. But you can access this feature from anywhere. Okay, so the time tracking will be available under case management, and you can easily view all your tracked time and edit if you need to. You can edit timer, you can edit description and notes if you want to do it later. So nothing has to be exactly at the same moment. Okay. I think I have only 15 minutes left for questions and answers. And I hope that I can see questions that were selected by our panelists. And let me just mention to you, today is September 10th. We are still running a promotion for the Labor Day, and it's valid until September 15th. For those who want to purchase right now or renew, you can use this promotion. It gives you certain discount on licenses, and it gives you 15% discount on all add-ons that you purchase. Because we improved significantly our CRM and AR, right now we call it case management and billing. And by the way, I forgot to mention you that in the billing, the improvement is that we have added 2 new gateways. So besides authorize.net, right now you can connect your PayPal merchant account, and you can have a PCI Payment Solutions gateway. Over the years, we've heard a lot of concerns from our customers that authorize.net is not easily opening merchant accounts for startups in tax resolution area. And that was a big issue for us, because if a client cannot stay in business because they cannot accept credit cards, that hurts both them and us. So we partnered with PCI Payment Solutions, and we voiced this concern to them, specifically saying, how can you help our clients, our customers, to get merchant accounts? And so this new payment processor will, first of all, they're offering very competitive pricing, and once we launch the version 3.0, you will see a link to their website and you can contact them. Even if you have your current merchant account, you can switch over and to see whether you can save some money. So this is about billing. So back to Labor Day promotion. So 15% discount is available on all add-ons. It doesn't matter whether you have monthly plan or annual plan. And we also waive reinstatement fee if your monthly plan was canceled in the past and now you want to start again. So that $99 fee will be waived. I just wanted to mention you that case management and billing pricing increases as soon as we introduce version 3.0. So from $99.99, the price will go to $149.97. So if you want to take advantage and purchase it before the launch, the price is still old, $99.99, and you, in addition, you can get 15% discount on that. So this is just some housekeeping. And now let me see if I can view some questions. Just give me a moment. Okay, I see a question, how much the transcript delivery add-on will cost. So we offer it on a monthly plan. For monthly plan licensees, it will be $24.97 per month. Or for those who use software annually, it's $249.97. Please, would you repeat the cost now for the software? Okay, the cost for the software didn't change. Let me close it out and okay. All the licenses cost remain the same. We're not going to increase anything for version 3.0. So all current licensees will still be using, and even a new practitioner signing up. The price for the licenses is on the screen if you can see it. So the only thing that we are adding is optional features. First of all, from 3 optional features, right now we have 7. And that tells me that I haven't covered the white labeling one. Okay, let me go to white labeling. So those of you who don't want to see PitBullTax software anywhere, and I hope there are not many of them, and you like PitBullTax, but those of you who want to use your own brand, and right now you can do that. Just get the white labeling add-on. You can upload your own logo. You can change all the colors in the software. For example, I can easily select green bar and my gray bar now green. So how cool is that? I can change this blue menu bar. I can change the background color. I can change the color of the buttons. I can select different tooltip image so you don't see this shaking pitbull head that you're used to. You can select a title for your page, even change the favicon. Favicon is the one you see next to the tab in your browser. And you can always also put it on your own domain. So this is the white labeling add-on, and I'm just going to reset to default colors. So the pricing is right on the screen. If you're interested in these new add-ons, the first one is IRS transcript delivery and reporting, $24.97 per month or $249.97. You cannot pre-order this feature because it's going to be available only with the release of version 3.0. But case management and billing is current version of CRM AR. Yes, the price goes up. So if you want to take advantage of the discount, you can do it right now. The payment processing and scenario simulator, the pricing remain the same. The premium document management, when you want to upload files more than 5 megabytes and up to 20 megabytes, the price is $9.97 per month or $99.97 per year. The white labeling add-on, the price you can see on the screen. Yes, it's a little bit costly, but if you don't want to see our brand and instead promote your brand, you can do that. And another add-on that I didn't mention, it's a document storage. So each licensee automatically gets up to 2 gigabytes of storage, so you don't have to pay anything. So all your files automatically will be saved whenever you receive signed engagement letters via email. They're automatically saved under document management. All your transcripts will be stored there, so you can get access to them from any PC or Mac that you're currently working on. However, whenever your storage will go over 2 gigabytes, then you will need to either delete the files that you don't need to go back under the limit. And 2 gigabytes is, trust me, it's a lot of space. And to reach that, it takes some time, but bigger firms probably will need to use document storage. Okay, let me see if I can get some other questions.
Irina.
Yes.
This is Jamie. Can you please just go into in a little bit more detail with the transcript delivery, exactly what's flowing to where? Because I think that we glossed over that a little bit.
Okay.
The information, where it's coming into, how it's totally integrating seamlessly into PitBullTax.
Yes. Okay. Once you got the transcripts from e-services and you generate, well, the software generated reports for you, you reviewed it, you send it to your clients, you're a hero, what happens next? The data from the transcripts is seamlessly integrated into the software. So whenever you work the case, you don't have to add those periods. Let's say on 656 and you have a trust fund recovery penalty with 20 different quarters. You don't have to enter those quarters again. They will be pulled over by the software. If you haven't prepared power of attorney yet, there will be the periods will be there. For example, if you started with 8821 and requested the transcripts, but later on you decided that that you are going to represent this client and you filed 2848, the periods will be there. So all the data that we can pull, it will flow to the forms and to your client profile. For example, on the client profile, we have a section for IRS liability. So under IRS liability, it will be pulled over so you can see all your exact liability at this moment. And so this is how the integration occurs. So it's not only for you to get your transcripts, to view them, and to view the reports based on this transcript, but it also the data that is integrated into different tools and IRS forms. And I can list what forms are affected, but you all know, like CDP hearing request 12153, 9465, 433D, 656, 656L, and so on and so forth. So whenever the tax periods where your client has liability on, it will be populated back to the software. And for example, if they paid some period later on, you can easily uncheck it. Or if you request a new transcript updated, the data will be updated as well. So this is how it's working. And I just wanted to show you a little cool thing for the client list. Now you can customize and customize what columns you want to see for your client list. And for that, you just click Edit Table Columns, and you can select, let's say, you want to add sales representative, and you want to remove case manager, or you don't want to see total IRS liability, or you can add client status. So everything is customized on the go for you, and everybody has their own preference. Now you can do it, and I'm sure Mark Dombrowski will appreciate this feature. Okay, Jamie, help me with other questions because there's so many that I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, we're asked many questions. Again, I guess everybody missed the release date of this new software, and that is going to be by the end of the month.
Yeah, end of September, and you will be notified by email when exactly the launch will happen, and we'll do it in advance because when we transition and we probably will do it over the weekend not to disrupt your work. Is a 15% discount ongoing only for the first months? If you're on a monthly plan, yes, this is only for this month. So if you want to 15% discount on an annual plan, it's better. So it is going to be effective for 12 months.
There's a question, Irene, about the scenario simulator automatically populating from 433.
I'm sorry?
There's a question regarding the scenario simulator, if that, populates from 433s.
Yes, and that's where you create your scenarios, either in 433A or 433F. So whenever, whichever form you use, that's where it's going to flow from, yes. I see a question if we can see official IRS transcript to verify the reports. Yes, of course. When you go to view transcripts, you will see your transcript and you can verify it. For obvious reasons, I cannot show you the actual account transcripts, but in our video presentation that we're going to circulate sometime next week, we are going to show real transcripts. We'll just black out the names and sensitive data.
Irina, there's another question. As a current subscriber, can I purchase the add-ons at a 15% discount? And yes, they can, except for
except for the new features that are not available yet. IRS transcript delivery, premium document management, white labeling, and document storage. How can we send multiple 2848 in one email? Yes, you can do that. In this version, you will be able to send multiple forms 2848, and you can include copy A and copy B. And the cool thing for 2848, and I'm sure you're going to appreciate it, when you create a taxpayer's power of attorney and enter all the data, and you know that you have to create separate one for a spouse. So when you create a copy B, it will automatically ask you, do you want to copy all the data from the previous form? And if you click yes, it will automatically copy everything. So all you need to just select this power of attorney is for a spouse, and that's it. And the power of attorney is done. So when you print, you will see copy A and B, and if you have C, and so on and so forth. And when you email it, you will be able to email both copies at the same time. I know that was an issue with the previous version, but we solved it here.
Okay, Irina, we're also looking at certain questions now where for example, somebody's asking, can an office manager use the software with limited access? So we still have all the permissions in place.
Yes, so. Yes, permissions are all saved, and you can find the permissions under your name in the top right corner. So you can modify your billing information, your users, and so on and so forth. So yes, nothing has been turned. And you will be able to set up permissions for new features like IRS transcript delivery, who can access that feature. I just wanted to mention that IRS transcript delivery is per user add-on. So usually if only one representative has access to e-services, only that representative can access this feature. And we included a checkbox that you confirm that you are authorized by IRS e-services to access this account, because it is illegal to use someone else's account. So yes, you can request transcript by one user only if you purchase one license, one add-on. But if you purchase two, of course, two of them will be able to request. But if you give permission to, let's say, your other users to view transcript and view reports, they can do that. They won't be able to request with one add-on, but they will be able, provided that you gave them permission to view the transcripts. Yes.
Irina, there's also a concern. Anybody who has a licensee right now, all their data will be
absolutely. That's shouldn't be a concern for you at all. As always, whenever we update versions, all the data is kept. You don't have to re-enter nothing. All your clients, all your forms, everything will be intact.
Okay, and there's also questions. Will this webinar run again? And the answer is, of course, it will be available on the website for them to view. And also, I believe they're going to get an email of it as well, correct?
Exactly. As soon as we stop the webinar, we'll convert the recording, and you will be able to get it by email. And it will be availavailable on our website, PitBullTax.com, sometime probably tomorrow.
And you know, if there are some people who are a little frustrated because there's a million questions coming in right now, they cannot get their questions answered right now. Just give us a call, and we will
And
answer
we
all
will
the
try to
questions.
answer all the questions via email. So we have your names and we have your registration email. And I'm sure we'll get the question log after the webinar ends. And I'm sorry, yes, we are not be able to keep up with all the questions during this webinar. And I know that we're running a little bit over, but if Jamie, if you think we can answer a few other questions, we can.
I mean, I think a lot of the questions are very, very specific and don't pertain to most of our licensees. So I think the best way to handle those would be through email at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to, you know, just impress upon the fact that this is a totally revamped version of PitBullTax software. So of course there are going to be a lot of questions, but the features are so benefit packed at this point that it's just going to make everybody's life so much easier. It's going to make your life so much more efficient. You'll be able to handle so many more cases, and of course make more money, and that's what it's all about. And as everybody who is a licensee right now knows, we bend over backwards to assist and help you get that case done. So, you know, just 1-877-4-PITBULL, give us a call, or you can go to info@pitbulltax.com, and we will gladly entertain anything or help you. Or if you have suggestions, I mean, as Irina had mentioned, most of these changes, and these are significant, and this was a major investment on our part, came from your incredible feedback. People wanted to have those transcripts going directly into the software. That saves an immeasurable amount of time. So keep those recommendations coming to us, and we will write them down. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, we already have version 4. We have started to lay that out already, so we are continuing, and we will always we will always be at the forefront and be the #1 software in this space. So Irene, I think you did a great job. So on behalf of myself and everybody at PitBull, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy day, and just send those questions to us, and the ones that we have already, we will answer. So just look for the emails on the launch date, and we look forward to you enjoying all these